Hey, welcome back to Meet the Gamers, a show produced by a gamer, that's me, that features various gamers so that you, our audience, gets an opportunity to meet your favorite gamer behind the stream or Instagram post. Today, we are having the necessary conversation, which I feel is long past due. So I have a ton of friends who are women or my homegirls who have discussed with me many of the chauvinistic issues they are now experiencing as gamers, which all starts and ends with their gender. And I am beyond livid at the fact that we are still dealing with this nonsense in 2020. I mean, 2020 has been for many a disastrous year. It has brought with it the pandemic, food insecurity, a showdown of massive proportions on the political scene with lots of immaturity coming from a man that has received way too much press. I mean, so much so that I refuse to even discuss or to even honor him by calling his name. Shutdowns in many parts of the United States and the world, for that matter, are happening all over again. Only God knows what more is to come, looking at the fact that millions of people ignored good science and decide to visit family for Thanksgiving versus social distancing. My mom always told me that I would accomplish nothing by staying home. Well, look at me now, Mom. I'm saving the world. So all that being said, we've had a horrendous time with this. We have also made some strides forward racially, I think by a little bit, not by much. I mean, we still need to support the movements like Black Lives Matter. We still need to recognize the injustices of separating over 600 children in the United States from their parents who were suddenly ejected from the country for no other reason but for their nationality. I mean, come on, y'all. This is some sick shit. I mean, we still need some additional training for our law enforcement officers so that the only option to crisis is not death by cop. I mean, one would think that in the past 50 years, we have made some progress. To me, looking at the racial division, the name calling, the transphobia, the issues that people have with us gay folks, me included, just because we're gay, we have made only baby steps towards any type of substantial solutions for the many issues at hand. And now we add to it the conversation we're having today. Males who are upset because a female can compete on their level and beyond? Really? This is still a thing in 2020? Like, we're still thinking about this type of stuff? Wait, they can produce a living, breathing, intelligent being and bring it into the world, but they're not good enough to play a game with you? I'm a male and I don't get it. And I do not understand the immaturity that has saturated the fabric of our society. I'm having a hard time grasping this concept, and I'm ashamed to be a part of a gender that's willing to propagate this type of superiority complex. So yes, that is what our conversation is going to be about today. But I won't be having this conversation alone. I have invited a true gamer girl to join me today who hails from the UK. She is both intelligent, brilliant, and awesome. She deserves your love, your follow, your support as she navigates the gaming world. I have with me today Sarah. You may know her as Awkward Gamer _26 on Instagram. Today's topic is 10 things you never say to a gamer girl. And that's our topic today, and I'm sticking with it. Sarah and I talk in just a moment. Welcome to another episode of Meet the Gamers. This holiday season, we're talking to gamers worldwide. Sarah, tell the followers where you are currently living.
UK, and I live at the moment in the Northeast. I'm living with my best friends at the moment, who I met through uni.
I never thought the comment, I wouldn't touch them with a 6-foot pole, would be a national policy. Yet, what have you been doing to stay busy during COVID?
Uni work mostly, and then just housework and gaming.
Yeah, it's like day 131 for me at home, and my dog looks at me and says, see, this is why I chew on furniture. This is what happens. You know, did you ever think in a million years that you'd be immersed in a pandemic?
No, not at all.
I think none of us did. So Sarah, when did you pick up your first controller?
I would have been about 5, and it would have been the Mega Drive.
Are you team Xbox or team PlayStation?
PlayStation. However, I only have a PlayStation because I love the exclusives. But
Okay.
if I had a choice, I'd pick the Xbox system over the PlayStation.
Wow, my partner just said that last night. He said, "You know what? I only love PlayStation because of the exclusives," and so
Yeah.
I guess that's a pretty synonymous thing. What have you used? Have you used the other console? Have you used Xbox?
Yes, I play on it daily with my best friend because he's Xbox and I'm PlayStation, so we kind of have like both in this house.
What would you say are the pros and cons between Xbox and PlayStation?
I find that the backwards compatibility is a lot better with Xbox, and
Okay.
I do like a lot of older games, and PlayStation just never have been able to get it right or anything.
So, what's the one thing you wish you had known about gaming before you started?
I guess how kind of hateful some people can be when they like lose a game or just getting annoyed because it hasn't necessarily gone their way.
What would you consider to be your core game right now?
Spider-Man, I've just completed Spider-Man Miles Morales.
So, in the real world, what do you do for a living, or are you currently I think you said you were in uni right now, right?
Yes, I'm a uni student and I have a part-time job that obviously I'm not at the moment due to the whole pandemic.
What's the most common myth about your school that you want to debunk?
Everyone kind of just got the feeling that it was kind of an overlooked university, but then when I went, I was like kind of amazed by how good it was because everyone just thinks, oh well, we'll go somewhere like Cambridge. Like just amazed by this uni. Like, why did more people not go here?
Inquiring minds want to know, who are you dating?
At the moment, I'm dating a guy called Jake. Yeah, he's called Derp Dixon on YouTube.
Right now, that is the boo. So that's great. Awesome. Wonderful. So today we're discussing 10 things you never say to a gamer girl. Okay. And as a disclaimer, I mean, no offense to adult women or anyone who feels that I'm being disrespectful. This is not a talk that I want to come across as disingenuous or negative. I use the term gamer boy, gamer girl, gamer gal. Gamer woman just seems sort of awkward to me. So I don't use it. Sarah, are you offended by the term gamer girl?
No, I'm not.
Okay, awesome. So I've heard some horror stories, and maybe you have one or two to share as well. Here's what another gamer who is a female and my friend shared with me about her experience. It's sort of weird that I said it like that, right? Anyways, one of my gamer girlfriends told me about an experience she had. She said as soon as the guy found out that she was a girl, she says immediately he begins to treat her like an idiot, right? He started with habits that he had not exhibited before, like explaining how the game works, which she had nearly at this point played for like 7 years, and explaining everything in terms that a 2-year-old would understand. Never treated her this way before, knowing her gender, but changed dramatically after finding out, right? And then another girlfriend of mine stated that she had some very nice friends, she thought, who changed into morons and stopped treating her as a fellow player when they learned of her gender, right? She said their response was, we're simply treating you the way we thought you wanted to be treated. And that came off as either being extremely nice, which felt creepy to her, or treating her like a complete idiot or turning into a total pervert or sexist, right? So, like relating these stories and listening to them, it makes me feel dirty, right? And I actually felt like apologizing, Sarah, really. Not being female and never treating females in this fashion, I had no idea that this was happening. So, Sarah, can you relate to these stories? And do you have any similar experiences about this?
When me and my friend are like playing downstairs, I guess I get, because obviously they notice that I've got like a gamer, girl's kind of name, that I'll get mostly more messages than he, just because I've got like a girl's name.
Wow. So what type of messages are you getting? Like, would you say that they're sort of sexist, or would you say that those messages are maybe softer? I mean, what would you say about those messages being different than what he's getting?
I think a lot of the time I get messages that kind of can be a bit like sexist, but then other times I think the guy's kind of just seen a girl's name, then gone, "Ooh, I'll message her."
So do you think possibly this is a way that guys feel that they have an opportunity to now sort of do their mating ritual or sort of reach out and see if they can make a connection with you?
Yes.
I mean, more so on a dating type of a level versus just from a gaming standpoint.
Yes, absolutely. It's not really general conversation. It's more, she's a girl. I wonder if I can get that kind of thing.
I wonder if I can shag her.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, today, educate us on some things we males should never say to a gamer girl, because we say a lot of stupid shit and we do a lot of things that we shouldn't do. And maybe some of it is out of not having had one experience with girls. Maybe two, it's out of nervousness. Maybe it's just out of straight up chauvinistic sort of stupidity. I mean, what should we never say to a gamer girl? Let's get into that.
Maybe stuff like it's so hot that you play video games.
Oh God, it's so hot that you play video games. Wow. Yeah, no, that is, yeah. Guys, don't use that one. It's so hot that I guess that would be more of a pickup line, right?
Yeah.
What do you say? Do you find it annoying? What is it about that statement that you don't like?
Well, it's kind of like, would you say that to one of your best friends? Kind
Got
of
it.
thing? Like, why would you? Yeah.
Got it. Why would you say that to me? Why wouldn't you say it to anybody else? Right, I get it. Okay. All right, what's another?
Are you a dyke or lesbian? They kind of think that because half the time it's when I normally beat them, so they think, oh, well, you must be a dyke or lesbian if you're that good. It's like, that has nothing to do with how I play a game.
Yeah, how does I'm really concerned about that one. Like how does being a dyke or a lesbian make you better at playing a game? Well, when I think of a person that is a lesbian, and I don't really like using the word dyke, but I just don't know how that relates, how someone's sexuality relates to them playing a game. And then I don't know how, your ability to play well translates into you must be a lesbian because you're so good at it. So I guess those guys must think if I'm dating a female and she plays good at a game, whoa, she must be a lesbian, and I've got to start looking at why I'm dating her.
I find that word is kind of also offensive because I've heard it a lot, but a lot of people aren't really educated on it, on the word being like offensive. So they'll kind of just say it to describe it. Someone.
I think when a person uses that word too, they're purposely looking for a way to get under your skin.
Are you like a girly girl?
What does that mean?
Like they think because I play video games that maybe I'm not girly.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're like tomboyish or something of that nature. So are you a girly girl? Okay, I got it. I mean, my sisters and I've got cousins and stuff they're girls, and they get their nails done every week, and they get their feet done, and they do all these things, and yet they can probably game harder than I can. So, I mean, again, I just don't see how that, how that makes any sense to say that. Guys, don't say that. Don't say that. You're not like a girly girl, are you? Oh my God, that's silly. All right, what's the next one?
You're not that bad for a girl.
You're not that bad for a girl. How do you turn that around on this?
I normally just ignore half these people, to be honest. But I guess I'd kind of, well, you're not that bad for a boy, I guess I could say, but...
Yeah, I mean, you're not that bad for a guy. I mean, like, that, what does that mean? Okay, let's not get into what that means, but it's offensive. It doesn't sound good.
I guess I could also turn that round and go, well, you're not bad for a dickhead.
Yeah. That's pretty good too. Yeah, you're not bad for a dickhead. That's pretty good.
Did your boyfriend get you into gaming?
Like, you've been gaming since you were 5. If your boyfriend had to get you into this game, how old was he when you started gaming?
I wouldn't have known him then, and he would have been 1 year old. So that's not possible.
Yeah, that's not possible. Okay, cool. All right, what's another?
How did you win?
What did you mean? How did I win? It's almost like asking, how did you get onto the internet? You know what I'm saying? How were you able to actually play me on that side? I mean, were you using a console, or did you have a controller? How did I win? I have skills, and I whooped your ass. That's how I won. That's how I won. Yeah. Okay. What's another one?
Normally, I get stuff like, will you dress up as whatever kind of game I'm playing, this character, and it's normally like a female character.
Which character have you been asked to dress up like?
Well, I play a lot of Overwatch, so half the time it's normally like the girls from then.
Wow. Will you dress up as a character for me? Like, what do you think? What do they think? You're like a gaming porn star or something? Like, what goes through the mind of some of these dudes? Like, that's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Will you dress up as a gaming character for me? It's like, well, yeah, if you would dress up for me, maybe I'll dress up for you. Let's do a little, you know what I'm saying? Let's do a little role play situation here where you dress up and I'll dress up. You give me something, I'll give you something back. All right, what's another?
You must be fat or ugly.
What does being fat or ugly have anything to do with playing a video game?
No idea.
I get it. So the guys must be fat or ugly too because they're playing. I mean, only people fat or ugly can actually be playing a video game. Okay, I understand. You must be fat or ugly. I wouldn't have guessed that.
The lot of the harsher comments are when they've lost a game.
So what are some of the more harsher ones you've heard?
Oh, so a lot of the time they'll be askers like an obscure kind of fact that, let's face it, not a lot of people will know. And then when I don't know it, they'll kind of be like, oh, well, you're not really a gamer because you don't know that. And it's like, you asked me something ridiculous.
All right. So an obscure fact like about the game, that type of thing. Okay, give me another.
Really, you play video games like what? So I feel like this question a lot of the time is they think that I kind of just play like little games, like mobile games and stuff like that.
Right. Instead of like a real game.
Yeah.
All right, what's another?
I was going easy on you. I let you in.
I was going easy on you. I let you in. That's almost like when a person says, oh, yeah, so, you know, after they've lost, they go, yeah, so you played my brother now. Now I'm going to jump in and now I'm going to play.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you played my brother. Now I'm going to play. So it's like, okay, really? All right, and what's another?
Ooh. Shouldn't you be in the kitchen right now?
Shouldn't you be in the kitchen? Now that one right there has to take the cake. Shouldn't you be in the kitchen? Not if my game console and my TV were in the kitchen, then yes, I'd be in the kitchen.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what goes through people's minds to even say that.
Well, I don't think anything is going through their mind. Here's the thing. Nothing is going through their head. And so if nothing is going through my head, then I'm just going to say whatever. It's almost like I know you like cats. So I have 2 dogs. One dog's name is Brooklyn. He's my mixed beagle. He's about 6 years old. And then I've got a Shih Tzu. His name is Gambino. And Gambino, I think that Gambino's brain resets every 30 seconds. I really do. Like, I think he resets and re-meets me every 30 seconds. I think he looks at me and is like, oh, did I meet you already? Hi, how are you? I'm Gambino. You know what I think of when I see Gambino? I think of Dory.
Right, yeah.
And so that's how you have to think of some of these guys. You're like, their brain resets every 30 seconds. They might be playing with you, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, are we playing a game together? And you're like, yeah, we're playing a game together. Oh, shouldn't you be in the kitchen? And it's like, it's like, what? Like, you're asking me that? Should I be in the kitchen? Oh, hey, how are you again? And it's like, oh, hey, how are you doing today? And they go, oh, you're not bad for a girl. And it's like, what? Where did you get that from? I would never use any of those things. And I would suggest to any guys that are listening and watching this today that you not use these terms. They're not good terms. They are things that you should never say to a female gamer. Yeah. You wouldn't say it to your mother. You wouldn't say it to, someone that meant something to your girlfriend. You'd probably get punched in your face. I mean, what would you do to your boyfriend if he's saying these things to you?
Oh, I would not take that lightly. I think he'd just be chucked out.
This goes without saying, dudes, stay away from these types of things. Just stay away from them. Here's a clue. If you do not know how to properly treat a lady, then leave them alone. And if you think that women should be abused for your amusement or that you have the right to degrade someone for their gender or their gender nonconformity, then you are part of the problem and not part of the solution. Don't be a jackass. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Doesn't that sound simple, Sarah?
Yep, definitely.
Sarah, so on this journey of helping your followers know you better, right? And since we have so little time to chat, I found that when I ask would you rather questions, it tends to give the followers like a little more to chew on with regards to how you think. So this can either have you looking like you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or looking like an angel, right? Okay, so here we go. First question is, would you rather have it with the lights on or with the lights off?
Lights off.
Would you rather be with someone shorter than you or taller than you?
Taller, yeah.
Would you rather mistakenly send nudes to your boss or to your mother?
Definitely my boss, I think.
I don't know. It seems like it would be better to send them to your mom because like she's already sort of like seen you already. You don't think so?
Yeah, possibly, but
I mean, to your boss, it could be like introducing something brand new, and he'd be like, "Whoa, like I didn't see that, didn't see that coming." But for your mom, she's like, "Girl, what you doing? Why you send me this?" That type of deal. So,
but then my mom would know that I send nudes to people, so it's kind of like, no.
Hey, do you think your mom's ever sent nudes to anybody?
I don't even want to think about that.
Okay, let's just move on from that then. Would you rather suck a vagrant's big toe or French kiss him?
French kiss him?
Sure you wouldn't want to suck the toe? Like it's just
maybe let's go with the toe instead. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where he's been walking and what he's been doing. So, would you rather work as a clown for life or be homeless for 1 year?
Be homeless for 1 year. I'm scared of clowns, so I'd look in the mirror and terrify myself.
Have you ever seen American Horror Story?
No.
Horrible, horrible, horrible looking clown, and he would scare the shit out of you. You probably would be like, yeah, I'm very scared of clowns now. All right, so Sarah, take 30 seconds and give other gamers some encouragement.
So, in life, there is a lot of judgment around it. Everything that everyone's ever gonna criticize you. So I think just do what makes you happy and just ignore everyone else. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters.
Really good advice. So many people get caught up with what other people think and how other people feel about what they've done. And we live in a time right now where people are concerned with likes and who viewed them and who followed them. I just don't get with it. I tell people all the time, if you're going to follow me, but I don't do the tit for tat thing, like if you follow me, I follow you. Because what I like to do is I like to look and see what type of content you're putting out. And if you're putting up nonsense, I'm not going to follow you. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Sarah, where can our followers connect with you online?
Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, and it's all under awkwardgamer_26.
Okay, sweet. So just check that out. It's on screen right now. And Sarah, help me with answering one last question. I'll call it my signature question. We live in a day and time where there's so many schools of thought about everything that it has become very difficult to sort of nail down simple definitions. So that question for me and for the next few months is this. What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom to me would be to be able to do whatever you want to kind of do, like your hopes and dreams kind of things, more like not just offend people all the time, more like your hopes and dreams, what you want to do out of life, and kind of just don't let anyone tell you that you can't do that.
Sarah, thank you so much for taking the time out to interview with me today. It's been pleasure. It really has.
Well, thank you for having us. I enjoyed it.
Go follow Sarah today. Again, our Instagram is @awkwardgamer_26. And as you can see, she's well worth keeping up with. We appreciate you for watching this episode of Meet the Gamers. I say it all the time. You could be doing anything else, but you chose to give us a view. And for that, we appreciate you. We dealt with some pretty heavy topics this show, and if because of something that someone has said to you, you feel you may want to hurt yourself, or if you know someone who's in crisis, remember, there are options available to help you cope. You can also call the Lifeline at any time to speak to someone and get support. For confidential support available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for everyone in the United States. You can call 1-800-273-8255. That number is on screen. Again, 1-800-273-8255. And in the UK, you can call Samaritans at 116-123. Again, that's 116-123. We'll also place a link on my website to both of these sites. Just let your cursor hover over the home key in the menu, and the links will come up. They'll take you directly to the respective websites so you can get the assistance that you need. And I pray that everything is well. The website address is listed above my head. It's www.educatedgamer.com. We have links there that provide more information on the coronavirus, on Black Lives Matter, travel deals through skipflag.com, as well as information on video game addiction. Also there, you can make a donation to help me feed a family for Christmas. Just remember that your donation is welcome and your donation is appreciated. We have more to share in the coming weeks. We're posting every couple weeks through the month of December. Share our show, like our show, follow our show, or simply stalk our show. Until next time, this is Kai, better known as Educated Gamer. We'll see you later.